Well, if you love video games, but you just don't like playing them, you're in luck. We've got the latest rundown of games hitting the big screen and your TV.
And we've got an exciting update on Fallout 5. Turns out it may be closer than we expected. We're going to talk about all this stuff and a whole bunch more right now on Gaming News Weekly. What's up, everybody? It's time for another episode of Gaming News Weekly, the best weekly video game news show out there. Every single Monday, we're bringing you all the biggest news from the video game industry. You can find us on YouTube and podcast services everywhere. My name is E-Rock the Red. As always, I am joined by this man right here, the fullest of clips, full clip. What's going on, dude? How are you?
Hey, man, I'm all right, but, this week, I have a story of heartbreak to talk about.
Oh, no. Say it already.
Yeah.
What is it?
Well, okay, so we skipped last week, so we didn't have a show. We didn't talk about this, but you gifted me a Steam key to play Barn Finders. And it was 100% up my alley. You got one as well, so you played a little bit of it. How many hours do you think you got into it?
Like 8 hours in.
I got about 18 hours in. Loving it. Thinking about buying the DLC. It's a game that I felt like I was going to 100% and it'd be no problem. But then in the dog ate my homework situation, the cat jumped on top of my PC case, full paw on the power button, shut the game down. I'm like, okay, I'm done for the night anyway. But I came back yesterday morning to play a little bit more of it before work, and it's there, but the save file's not. It's either new game or nothing. And apparently, like, if your save file gets corrupted with that game and Steam Cloud backup is on, it just backs up the corrupted save file. So I have no backup. I have no way of getting my 18 hours back. So I don't think I'm going to redo that just to get to the point that I was.
Yeah, I hear you. That's rough, dude. It's a glitchy game. I'm surprised that when you were saying this, that it was anything based on any human error at all. I thought you were just gonna say I just went to it and then my save file was gone. So that probably could have happened anyways. So it was probably bound to happen based on everything I've read about the game. It's a fun game, but yeah, it's definitely it's got its moments, just like every fun simulator game where that level of jank or glitch is there,
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm glad you at least got your 18 hours out of it.
Yeah, and for the most part, I really didn't have a lot of problems with it. I had like a couple of tense moments where I just couldn't see like the object I was supposed to grab to finish the level,
right?
For the grass and stuff like that. And it took me a little while to go find a guide and see like where's that last piece that I was supposed to find. But yeah, I was really enjoying it, and I realized that unlike a lot of the simulator games, this was almost like a scavenger hunt kind of thing. There's a little bit more so. Yeah, a little bit of puzzling in there, but I did really enjoy the time I had with it, and I'd like to maybe someday I will go back in, grab the DLC because it's supposed to unlock like more auctions and things like that. Although I don't know, the mechanics behind that seem kind of rigged. Like, it doesn't matter how many times you lose the auction, you just come back with more money.
Yes. Yeah, that was like one of the worst parts of the game, I thought, were the auctions, where it was just like, I'm like, what? Is any input that I'm doing affecting this at all?
Right.
It just seemed, weird. But listen, I will 100% it in your honor.
Thank you.
I wasn't planning on it, but now it must be done. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad, you at least got, some time. You got, the achievements that you have and the friends you made along the way. So yeah, it's good. Anything else you've been playing since that crashed?
No, just a little bit of Roadcraft still. Like, I'm really narrowing down what I'm playing these days. But I will mention one that I'm getting ready to try out is King of Retail 2, because Steam is having their, I don't know what they call it, like Automation Fest or something like that. So games like Satisfactory and Factorio are on sale. I saw that the first one of these, the retail, what was it, Retail Master, King of Retail, it was on sale for something stupid cheap, like $4.99, $5.99, something like that. And then I saw that they had a demo for the second one. Figure, let's just jump right into that one and see if it's any good. And I think it's like a $25 game if I do end up liking it.
All right. Yeah, let me know about that one. I've been playing, like, I feel like I've been playing a bunch lately, but also I've been spending a lot of time, out in the world. I don't know if you could tell by my complexion, I've been spending some time outdoors, and I'm a ginger, so it doesn't, the sun doesn't, and I don't work well together.
Yeah.
But, when I'm not out there getting molested by the sun, I have been playing. So the Marvel Rivals summer event kicked off. So I've been playing that. There's a lot of swimsuit skins that you could buy or earn or whatever. So, all the gooners gotta get them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then, so that's fun. I was able to jump right back in, find some new characters. Like, I haven't played it in a while. Find some new characters that they introduced that I kind of enjoy. So I'm right back in it. I'm fully invested. And then some new games. So I did get. Have you ever heard of the game My Friendly Neighborhood?
Yeah, I think because it's coming to Game Pass.
It is coming to. It has come to Game Pass.
Okay.
So I started that. So it was out on PC for maybe a couple years. And what it is, it's like a horror game, but it's like using it's like a Sesame Street world. So it's on Sesame Street, which is the My Friendly Neighborhood, and it's all these puppets. So I've been playing it with my son, who's 7. It's like his first horror game. It's not like graphic or anything. There's jump scares, but most of it is just creepy felt puppets like running around towards you, and you hit them with a wrench, or you shoot them with like a gun that shoots out letters. It's really, really strange. But it is, it's a lot of fun. It's brand new to console. Like, it just came out to console a couple days ago. I was like, let me check it out. I looked at the Steam reviews, and it's like overwhelmingly positive. So I'm like, all right, we know what we're getting into. I know it's not like going to be too graphic for him. So we jumped in, and yeah, it's so funny watching him play like this. It's kind of like Resident Evil in the style of puzzles that you have to solve. Like, so you have to go through the rooms, get items, come back, solve the puzzles, unlock other doors. Then it opens up different areas. And then there's like this giant like big bird creature that's walking around, and you got to avoid it or it'll eat you. It's a very strange game, but I recommend it. And
it's like what if Sesame Street was a sundown town for humans?
At 100% that. And the whole time the puppets are like screaming like they sound like they're giving like the alphabet or whatever, but it's all like creepy, like weird stuff. At one point, like the puppet's like, swallow your hands, children, or whatever. And it's just like really very strange stuff. But yeah, it's fun watching both playing and watching him play this fun horror game. So that's been a blast. I didn't even realize it was on Game Pass until doing some research here, seeing that it also came to Game Pass. I've been playing it on the PlayStation. So Game Pass, we got a section coming up on Game Pass after our new releases, and we'll talk about how again they're crushing it.
Oh, yeah.
But all right, enough messing around. Let's get into these new releases from this past week. All right, first up, Ready or Not came out on console. This is came out July 15th. It's been out on PC for a couple years. Have you ever played it?
No.
Yeah, it's more. I know you like your first person shooters and stuff. But this one's more like a Rainbow Six style. I wasn't sure if you ever got into anything like that.
Well, this really, from the first trailer I saw, really gave me vibes of just like it's Call of Duty but campaign only.
Right. So, it came out in 2023 on PC. It now released on console this past week. It's doing great. But I know there's a lot of controversy because it had to get censored like quite a bit from the PC version to the console version. So I guess there was like child trafficking and sexual assault, all this stuff that they had removed, and dismemberment. So the PC community is very upset about the censorship in order for it to get on console. Like, I hate, I'm not going to agree with any censorship, but when it is like things having to do with sexual assault or child, I'm okay with it. I don't think that needs to be in video games personally, but whatever floats your boat. You know what I mean?
Well, it does tie into something I was going to talk about with this, because I went to the Steam page for this. I saw the second trailer, and it's like a 3-minute long trailer taken very seriously of the dudes in their like tactical gear going into the place.
Yes.
But it turns out to be a case of swatting, and I thought it was just kind of funny that because this is supposed to be about a modern SWAT team, and that's very, very realistic. It's just some streamer in front of his 5 screens.
Yeah, and I like that it has that realism. Like, I guess, like, when you come across a civilian or whatever, they like put up their phone and they start recording you, like your SWAT team.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, basically it is like, it's a more of a tactical game than just like a first-person shooter, but you got to control your SWAT team. People can say it's like a SWAT simulator at some points, similar to like more of a Rainbow Six, where you're controlling a whole team, having them go in secure areas and stuff like that. I thought it was interesting that it sold over 1 million copies just in its first 3 days on console. The developer said it took them 30 some days to sell 1 million copies, which they sold in 3 days on console. So, again, we're proving that console is the superior, system here. PC Master Race.
With your neutered version. Sure.
Right. That's true. But it's at 83 on Metacritic, so if that sounds like something you want to get into, check it out, and don't let or if you want to play it on PC, don't let the overwhelmingly negative reviews stop you. People are mad about the censorship, which I get it. If you had it and it was taken away from you, whatever. But yeah. All right. Next up, Donkey Kong Bananza came out on July 17th for the Nintendo Switch 2. This turns out to be the first real Switch 2 must-have game, the killer app for the system. It's the same team behind Super Mario Odyssey, so people are saying that it's one of the best platformers ever. It's getting very high praise. In it, you play as Donkey Kong. You can explore the whole world, break like everything. Everything is like breakable, at least secret areas. You can pick up earth and just chuck it at things. And then you've got this character Pauline with you. She's like a 13-year-old girl who sings and gives Donkey Kong powers or something. I don't really know the situation. I don't know the relationship between these two. But it looks interesting. This was the first game where I'm like, okay, should I be saving up for a Switch 2? This is the one that's got me moving the dial a little.
So a lot of these titles have like Switch versions of them. Is this one that just is only Switch 2?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only Switch 2. This is the one that's going to start selling some product here. It's already being considered as Game of the Year. It's at a 90 on Metacritic right now. It's $173 to buy the game. Just kidding.
Yeah.
But it is, it's Nintendo pricing. Who knows? Yeah. Who knows what the price is?
You have to play it with those DK bongos for the like Wii U.
I would be into that, but you have to buy those for $400.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nintendo pricing, but yeah, I'm excited. This is the one where I'm like, maybe we get a Switch 2 for the family for Christmas or something.
Yeah.
But until then, there hasn't been much that has been doing it for me. All right, and then last up, Shadow Labyrinth also came out on the 17th. I think this one's pretty much everything. This is the one I was really excited for. It's the 2D action platformer, the take on Pac-Man, where you've got the little floating Pac-Man orb that's with you. It's called Puck in this, and it's more of a Metroidvania. You explore the world, you get powers, and you Metroidvania it all around. But it's doing all right. It's got a 70 on Metacritic. Reviews on Steam were mixed. So this one went from me being really excited about it to putting on the wish list, waiting for a sale. We'll see. It's at $30, brand new. So I think it's like a $15, $20 game for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. When you added this one to the dock, I was kind of surprised that it was, that game that has the weird 3D Pac-Man in it. Because I don't know. Like as a branding thing, maybe it should have had something about Pac-Man in it, or at least Puck, because Shadow Labyrinth makes sense when you think about like the Shadow Labyrinth that Pac-Man, the level, the board, whatever you want to
That's
call
true.
it.
Yeah.
I guess, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'd never think about this game. And if you ask me 3 months from now, what was that Pac-Man game called?
Right.
I will never know.
You're not going to remember. Yeah. Ms. Pac-Man. Ms. Shadow Labyrinth.
That's what it was.
Call it. So yeah, I need to play it at some point. See if the ghosts come in to the power pellets. See how all that just works out.
There's a lot of potential.
It's true. There's potential, but we'll see. All right, and that is it for our new releases from this past week. Let's get things moving right into our news of the week. All right, first up, let's talk about the newest wave of Game Pass games for July. This kind of is a continuation of our new releases, it seems. It's an insane lineup. I'm excited for all of it. So High on Life is back on Game Pass. That was there, came down for a little bit. Now it's back on Ultimate and Standard. RoboCop Rogue City. If you haven't played this game is fantastic. That game was added July 17th. My Friendly Neighborhood, which we talked about, was added on July 17th. Back to the Dawn was added on July 18th. So I just tried this one yesterday because it just came out of early access on PC as well. So it's the 1.0 just came out on the 18th. So it's kind of a day one game on Game Pass as well. And what it is, it's like this pixel RPG that people are comparing it to like Shawshank Redemption. It's you're been put into a prison and you have to like escape this prison. And there's all these characters that you can meet and they all have this backstory. But it's all just, text-based. But everything is based around time management too. So I only played it for a couple hours, but you start off, you go into prison, and first up you have to be there for roll call or whatever at 8 o'clock. So there's a clock up in the corner, and then you have this much amount of time to kind of figure things out until you have to report to laundry for your job or whatever at noon. So you have a little bit of time to call your lawyer. But first of all, you got to get money to call your lawyer because it's $100 to use the phone or whatever. So it's really interesting. I've never played a prison game before, let alone a prison role-playing game. But it kind of has some CRPG kind of qualities too. So I was trying to get the guy to stop talking on the phone, and you can roll dice to see if you could encourage them to leave quicker or whatever. And so you roll the dice. It's charisma based, and it's all animals too. I've left that part out. You're playing as a fox. You could start the game as a fox or a Black Panther or something, and each has different stories. But yeah, it's a very, very interesting game. I'm enjoying it. I don't know how much the time management is. I'm always too stressed out about those games when I have to do things in a certain period of time. So we'll see how long I could tolerate the time management. If it's something that gets too stressful and I feel like it's limiting my abilities, but we'll see. I'll report back. But it's a great game. And then Abiotic Factor is coming out July 22nd. And then day one game Wheel World is a cycling game that comes out July 23rd. And then another day one game, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, is it's like a Souls-like. It looks amazing. This is one that I'm really excited for. I'll be playing this on day one. That comes out July 24th. And then Grounded 2, another day one game, July 29th. This one is in their early access game preview mode. But did you ever play the first Grounded?
No, I never got around to it.
Yeah, that was a fun game. I didn't play as much of that one, but again, I think this is one that I could probably play with my son. It's it's basically Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the survival role playing game.
Did you see where they're going to reboot that?
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure with Rick Moranis coming out of retirement for it.
Oh man, I'm here for that. We just watched the movie a couple weeks ago. I showed it to my son for the first time. And we had a blast. So, yeah, that would be cool. And then lastly, Farming Simulator 25 gets added on August 1st. So, so we got 1, 2, three, four, five brand new games technically. You know, if you're counting my Friendly Neighborhood and Back to the Dawn, they're brand new on console. So that's pretty great for just the second wave of July. Again, you know, I'm not going to gush about Game Pass too much like I do every week, but
yeah,
it's awesome, man. They're doing a great job.
oh yeah,
So,
something for everybody in there.
yeah, and we'll see about this Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. I'm really excited about that, but I'm sure it could go either way. You know, if it's just like a cookie cutter Souls-like, or if there's some sort of style to it, some substance. But yeah, we'll see. And then I don't really have any desire to play this Wheel World cycling game, but because it's on Game Pass, I'll check it out.
Yeah.
You know, we'll talk about it, I'm sure, next week.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then Farming Simulator 25 for you. I know you love your simulators.
I've never played one of the Farming Simulator games before. I've had it like downloaded like 2022 or something like that, but just never played it. I would love to get into there. But also Abiotic Factor. I don't know that much about the game, but I know it's a survival crafter, and I'm always down to try that.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that. People are like saying like don't sleep on that game because it's really enjoyable. So, all right, moving on. In our last show, we talked about the Microsoft layoffs and that sort of thing. ZeniMax Online, huge cuts there. They had their game, whatever, it was an unannounced MMO game that was canceled. So that game died so that Fallout 5 could live. So now we're finding out from Jez Corden over at Xbox. He was on a podcast, Xbox 2 podcast. He was stating that with the death of that ZeniMax Online MMO, they're moving forward. With Fallout 5, they've greenlit it. That's the team that's going to be working on it. So it's exciting. You know, we lost an MMO, but we're going to be getting Fallout 5 again. They greenlit it, so it's not to be expected anytime soon. You know,
maybe like the next 5 to 10 years.
Right? Yeah, we're ways off from it. But it is exciting. I'm honestly surprised that they haven't been working on it, considering like, you know, the popularity with the show and that sort of thing. But they're busy. They've been working on Starfield DLC and the Elder Scrolls 6. That's what Bethesda's doing. So, you know, now they're switching it over to having ZeniMax work on it. So Corden said, from what I heard, it was a case of, do we want to sink a ton of money into getting this, the MMO, to a point where it can compete with the established players in the market, or do we want to allocate that investment towards making Fallout 5? So it really was just, you know, we have a limited amount of resources. Which one is going to be the winner? You know, an unannounced MMO or Fallout 5? And I don't know. I feel like they made the right choice. I don't really know anything about that Project Blackbird MMO that they were working on, but
yeah,
you know, it's always nice to see a new Fallout being introduced in the mix. But
yeah, and I was reading that the Project Blackbird, that was going to be like a sci-fi kind of thing, and with Starfield being a little bit of a flop, I feel, you know, maybe that wasn't the best choice for the next game to come out. I mean, Bethesda games and even like offshoots of Bethesda games like Outer Worlds all feel very, very similar at the core. And there's probably some people who only play that style of game, but man, it gets to be a little much after a while.
Yeah. No, you are absolutely correct. So, but yeah, and like it is really, really hard to break into a new MMO. So I think they made the right choice. Hopefully, you know, we'll see it sometime before, you know, a decade from now.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah.
If we were to see the same engine.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're still using the same one from like 1995. So,
right.
Do you think we'll see it by 2030?
No, because I don't think they could use the same engine. Maybe if they use like the Starfield engine, whatever they use, was that Unreal Engine? I don't know. The bigger question is, what do we see first, Fallout 5 or GTA 6?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, to transition sort of into what we're going to be talking about for a little while next, Fallout, the TV show, season 2 coming. I heard that Macaulay Culkin's going to be joining the cast, and I'm kind of down with that.
Really? I like anything I see Lil Mac in.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's exciting. Um, yeah. When does that start? Do we have any information? Or are they still filming it?
I'm not sure if there's a definite release date yet, but it's
Yeah.
Amazon Prime, right? So they can just kind of do it
Yeah.
whenever.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited for more of that. All right. Well, let us move on to our next segment. Making a return to Game News Weekly. It's the Hollywood Minute. Include the Hollywood Minute theme song, which Full Clip's going to write, produce in the,
Yes.
you know,
Definitely going to have an
in the
AI
context.
generate it, but
Oh, yeah, perfect. All right, we got to talk about it. The Mortal Kombat 2 trailer was released. I want to know, what are your thoughts?
I loved it. I just showed my wife a little bit ago, and she loved it. And I mean, neither of us are that huge of fans of Mortal Kombat, but it's been like
Mhm.
ever present in our lives since we were children
Right.
because how like violent the games were and the
Sure.
outrage on the Sega Genesis. I think it was a console seller back then, and it may still be for some people. But this movie looks really cool. I love the boys, so I don't know his name, but I mean his character in the boys is Billy Butcher. Do you know who he is? Main character in this. He's Johnny Cage.
Yeah. Carl Urban.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh,
I always forget
yeah.
because he's Australian, right? And like Keith Urban's Australian. There's
Mm,
wires getting crossed there.
all right.
But
Now
yeah,
I'm
it
thinking
looks
about
cool.
Keith Urban being in the role. It's a whole different movie.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and really well done trailer. Did you notice like the audio hints of like Wu-Tang Clan in the background?
Oh no, I didn't even.
Oh, you got to rewatch it.
I will. That's great. Yeah, the biggest thing for me was I love that we're finally getting like that tournament. Mortal Kombat was always that, the tournament of the underworld, and we've always had stories kind of around that. We never get like the actual like tournament. I don't really remember much about the previous movie, the first one, which I just added it to my watch list. I got to rewatch that. I enjoyed it. It didn't like blow me away. But this one, it looks good. I love that we're seeing the tournament. It looks funny. It looks like it's got a huge cast of like characters. Of course, you got Scorpion and I don't know who he was fighting, but he did.
And my dude from Shogun. I don't know his name, but the guy who plays. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
That guy's great. Yeah, so I'm excited, and I love they make mention more than once about how Johnny Cage is just a regular dude who doesn't have any powers. So I'm interested to see how that plays out. Because my wife when we watched the trailer, she was like, "He doesn't have any powers." I was like, "No, he just does like a split and punches people in the nuts. That's like the only thing that he does."
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see how that shakes out. But yeah, I'm excited. That one, I think it's like October. That's set to be released. So it was surprising that it was sooner than I thought. So looking forward to that. And then just real quick, while we're talking about the Mortal Kombat movie, we got to talk about the Street Fighter movie, which we got not a ton of information. We obviously don't have a trailer, but they're in the middle of casting right now. And we need to mention these casting decisions they're making because it's some crazy stuff. So I'm going to run through it real fast. Andrew Koji as Ryu. He was in Bullet Train and Boy Kills World. I don't really know much about him. Noah Centineo as Ken. He was in the Black Adam movie. Kalina Liang as Chun-Li. I don't know. So those are the ones I'm not too familiar with. But then we got David Dastmalchian as M. Bison. He was in Suicide Squad and Late Night with the Devil. He's a strange-looking dude. So that's an interesting choice. Then we got Cody Rhodes, WWE star, as Guile. Jason Momoa as Blanca, which, he's perfect. You just have to paint him green. He already looks like a beast. 50 Cent is playing Balrog. Orville Peck is Vega, which I don't know much about him. I just know that he's a country musician that wears a mask, and Vega is a guy that wears a mask. So I don't know if that's just why they chose him. Like, we need someone that wears a mask. I don't know. Interesting. comedian Andrew Schultz is Dan Hibiki. I don't really even know who that character is. Roman Reigns, another WWE guy, is going to be playing Akuma. So yeah, I love the randomness of this cast. So
Yeah.
do you think it could be better than the first Street Fighter movie?
Dude, I don't even know if I've seen the first Street Fighter movie.
Really? It's so it's definitely worth a watch, dude. It's real cheesy. It's got Raul Julia as like M. Bison, and it is very, very 90s. You should watch it. I think you'll have fun with it.
Did they put like prosthetic hips on Chun-Li?
I don't know if they went that far, but that's another one. I'm putting that on the rewatch list. This I'm gonna find it. I don't know if it's streaming on anything, but this is your homework. We got to watch both the first Mortal Kombat movie and Street Fighter movie.
Yeah, interesting casting choices. Yeah, I don't know that much about like WWE, but I noticed like 3 or 4 wrestlers' names, and then of course Jason Momoa, because he'll do anything apparently. 50 Cent, that's an interesting one. You know, he did have an acting career back with like Get Rich or Die Trying or something like that. He was in.
That might have been the only one. So yeah, it's interesting. I'm excited to see more of what this is going to be. You know, if this is like a tournament style thing too, or what. But that's early on. You know, we don't have much news other than that. They're still doing all the casting. And then speaking of casting, the 2 leads for the upcoming Zelda movie have been cast, and I have never heard of either of them. So they went with some young up-and-comers to the acting world. Benjamin Evan Ainsworth will be playing Link, and then Bo Bragason will be playing Zelda. So, not familiar. It says Ainsworth he starred as Miles Wingrave on The Haunting of Bly Manor, which I've seen. I don't remember this person. And then he also voiced Pinocchio in Disney's live-action version of Pinocchio. And then Bragason was on Disney Plus series Renegade Nell. Not familiar with either of them. No. So, yeah, it's... I'm just excited that they're kind of making steps now towards... We've got actors cast in the roles. Hopefully, production will begin on this, because I think, they could have an amazing movie if they use some of the stories from the Zelda series. I don't know what, if they're picking a particular movie or I'm sorry, a particular game story or whatever, if they're just going to kind of create the world. I don't know, but it could be awesome.
Yeah, just something general. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm not familiar with either of these actors either, but at least it wasn't like Timothée Chalamet and Zendaya just because they're the only people they can cast anymore.
Right? I think that's when we were like doing our casting. I think that's probably like who we picked. I don't know.
No, I would have picked Gilbert Gottfried, R.I.P.
Oh,
as both. As both. He could do like the Eddie Murphy switch.
That's a great idea. We should write to the studio and see if it's too late to exhume the corpse of Gilbert Gottfried.
AI can do wonders these days.
That's a good point. Now let's make a full AI movie. I wonder if we could do this with ChatGPT. Tell them we want an AI movie of Zelda Breath of the Wild, just with Gilbert Gottfried playing all the roles.
Oh, yeah.
This is how we test the potential of AI. All right, and then the last part of our Hollywood Minute here. We finally got some information on the Assassin's Creed Netflix series that they bought like 5 years ago. It is officially greenlit. They're going to start moving forward with production on that. It's going to be 2 Emmy nominees will helm the series. Robert Patino, who did Westworld, Sons of Anarchy, and David Weiner, who did Halo, Homecoming, and The Killing. They're going to be the showrunners and executive producers. No casting has been announced for that. They say that the series will focus on people searching for purpose, struggling with questions of identity and destiny and faith. But it'll also include plenty of parkour and spectacle. And above all else, it will be about human connection across cultures and time. Like Assassin's Creed does.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know what to expect here.
All right. So one thing that you might expect is they're going to choose one of these like timelines or one of these specific periods of time because that's how the game sort of does it. But what's really interesting here is Robert Patino having the Westworld credit there. Westworld is very, very similar to what happens in like Assassin's Creed, just the games, because it's got a very meta stage to it because you're not actually the person in this historical context. You are in a machine that is recreating this. So I think there's going to be a lot of meta stuff. I think you're going to be taken out of the worlds, possibly several different settings, sort of like Westworld has, and probably like a little more Black Mirror than Game of Thrones.
I like this. I am more excited for it now than just like a period piece with like an assassin. I hope they do that. That would be great. But I do want to see lots of parkour, and hopefully AI Gilbert Gottfried included in there somewhere.
Hopefully, he's every character again.
All right. Well, that is it for our Hollywood Minute here. One more thing I just want to show. I got the first issue of the physical Game Informer magazine that I subscribe to, and it is so nice holding a video game magazine again. It's been so many, many years, probably since I was a small child, that I have a video game magazine. But this one has got the Borderlands 4 cover. It smells great. Smells, like right off the presses type thing. And the content in here, it's got a ton of content. Like each one of these is like a very like well written by a person article. It's got previews of stuff, man. I'm very much pleased with my subscription there. So next week next month it's gonna have a Vampire Bloodlines or Vampire Masquerade, whatever that game is called, cover, and then it's gonna have a Dungeons and Dragons poster with it, dude. I'm gonna put that right up above my bunk bed. It's gonna be real cool.
Nice. So, remind me, how does the subscription on that work? Was it like a Kickstarter thing or a GoFundMe, or was it just like old school?
You yourself can subscribe now. It's just at a higher price. They did have an introductory price, like if you sign up for the to support them early on. And it had I think I only paid like maybe like $30 for the subscription for the year. So I didn't think that was bad at all. But now I think it's maybe 40 something now.
I was thinking like 150, so that is a really good price.
Yeah, dude, it's great, and it's funny because this is the first one in a while. They have like all these game reviews in here of games that have been long out. Doom, The Dark Ages, they gave a 9.5. Elden Ring, Night Rain, an 8. Mario Kart World 8.25. But it's interesting, like reading their reviews. Claire Obscure, they gave a 9. Monster Train 2. So yeah, it's fun going back and looking at all these games. It's interesting, like seeing how they do it as a once a month periodical and trying to stay up on top of things. But most of it is a lot about production of things where they get in depth. Like this one, the Borderlands 4, like the cover story, they really get in depth with the team behind the game and what's gonna set it apart. So it's really cool. A lot of great articles, and I'm having fun with it. So go out, subscribe, and you too can have this delicious smelling magazine. I do keep smelling it. Is that weird?
You're selling me on the smell. I gotta have it.
Yeah. Absolutely. But all right, and that is it for our news for this week. You got anything else?
Nope, that's about it. Trying to stay inside and stay cool.
Yeah, stay hydrated. I brought over 2 cans of water. I only even opened the one. I'm gonna open this one right now. You can hear it. ASMR, ready?
Canned water. You are a hype girl.
Yeah, dude, absolutely. This is my one, Spindrift. This was like my vice during COVID. I started paying way too much for this canned sparkling water, because it's just delightful. I was like dieting. There's only 10 calories per can, and it's very flavorful. So I was like, I'm gonna treat myself. And since then, I've just become addicted, and I spend way too much money on stupid sparkling flavored water.
Yeah,
but it's delicious. All right. On that note, let's get out of here. Go play in the sprinkler or whatever we're planning on doing today. Thanks for checking out this episode of Gaming News Weekly. Be sure to check us out on YouTube. Pop Culture Playground is the channel. You'll find all the good stuff there. If you want to watch the show, you can see the show full with trailers. You can see my pink complexion. You can see full clips, handsome beard. I gotta trim my beard. Mine's getting out of control, dude. Yours is nice and well groomed. But if that's not your thing, beards aren't your thing. Podcasts, anywhere podcasts are found, just type in GNW. You'll get this show ready there for you. Hit subscribe every Monday. It'll be ready in your iPod, Zune, whatever you're choosing to play this show. It'll be ready for on the go. And check us out on TikTok. I'm trying to get more into that, but it's hard. It's hard, man. It's summertime. That's my excuse, is that it's summertime. Maybe once fall hits, then I'll try a little bit harder for some of this stuff. But I'm just out here, just being a hype girl in the summer, doing my thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
All right. On that note, we're out of here. Thanks so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.